So Dave Daubenmire wants to talk to us about. Oh man. Okay, so like twice in this week we've brought up the whole Greg Gianforte thing, and he's going to, make it even much more worse than you could possibly think it could be. And Dave Daubenmire is the coach that's actually not a coach, that does the show in front of a green screen that makes it look like an empty fucking stadium. He's just a terrible Christian apologist. So let's hear what he has to say.
I remember about a year ago, maybe it's a little bit longer now, I was listening to Michael Savage, the Savage Nation. He's not saved. He's not even close to saved. But Savage, a lot of times, will go to the scriptures and read the scriptures. I think he's a non-practicing Jew. And but he'll read. He's smart enough to go to the Bible, and because of the wisdom that's in the Bible. And I'll never forget what he said. It just kind of, again, one of those arrows hit me right in the face. He said this: the only thing that's going to save America is a more militant Christianity. Wow. From the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of God suffered violent, and violent men take it by force. And as much as we listen, fellas, as much as we don't like it, Bible's full of violence, full of it.
I'm glad that he finally admitted to that, because that's what we've been saying a lot of the time, is that the Bible is full of violent shit. But I don't know if he caught it there, but he said that America needs a more violent Christianity.
Or militant. Like, ugh.
Doesn't that go against literally everything that Christ had to say about, his church? It's like, I don't recall anywhere in there saying, yeah, we need to slam reporters to the fucking ground because that's what we are.
Christ got pissed off at the money lenders in the temple and started whipping them with his homemade whip. And this is like,
get out of here.
See, Christ is violent too. It's like, so we need to do that too.
And he also yelled at a fig tree for being out of season. Idiot. And he caused pigs to go over a cliff after putting demons in them, whatever that means. Anyway, what else did he say?
It's just full of it.
Well, there you go. It is just full.
It is full of it.
I love that line. That's great.
The thing that separates the Bible from everything else is that the Bible teaches violence as a last resort. But it does teach us that there's a time for violence. There's a time for war. There is a time for war. And you look at all the crap that the disciples went through. And you look at all the crap that's going on around America, around the world, even today. The violence against Christianity. And the only thing that's going to save, Christianity is not going to fail. The only thing that's going to save Western civilization is a more aggressive, as Savage said, more violent Christianity.
That's fucking horrific.
And first off, it doesn't teach it as a last resort. It's pretty. The Bible doesn't teach it. It's just pretty violent all around. So.
Yeah, especially when you learn the origins of the Bible from the vocal tales that were taught by the Babylonians prior to the to it becoming like Jewish stories and stuff, where you had multiple gods. Like there was the panoply of like gods that were there in the past, pantheon of gods, where you had El Shaddai, which was like the war god of the Jewish people. And he is mostly the guy that you hear about in the Old Testament. And so it's really weird to have a vocal history that was taught, and then finally written down of a group of people that went from polytheistic to monotheistic, and they have the history of it together. And these people that are co-opting it, the Christians, where they take the Old Testament, the Torah, and they turn it into their first book of their Holy Trinity of books, or whatever if you're a Mormon, it's 3, how many? 4 books, the quad. Yeah, there you go.
The quad. Super badass book.
Man. But if you have Christians, you have the New Testament, the Old Testament, so they have the 2 books. And if you're Muslim, you have the Quran, which is essentially the Torah with shit on top of it. Anyway, Dave, what else are you going to say?
I don't know if you saw this or not. The media has gone crazy over this. Trump walking in the authority as president of the United States, as the man who's large and in charge, as the man who's paying all the bills.
He's apparently not paying certain bills. That's why the Obamacare stuff is kind of failing right now is because he's not paying the shit that he should be paying as the president. And he still hasn't assigned most of the staff. You know, the cabinet is still threadbare. You know, I don't understand how he's large and in charge because he's honestly not done a fucking thing.
No, he's avoiding doing as much as possible.
I guess I can't hate him on him for that because I tend to be that way. But.
Against those little wants. Now I want you to watch. They call for the press conference. You ought to watch the Young Turks and what they said. You ought to watch Maddow and what they said about how he's not presidential, he's rude, he's egotistical. I want you to watch. Trump walks up and he is going to grab one of these
by the pussy. He's not going to be talking about that.
Leaders, the leader of NATO, I think is the guy. Trump grabs him, puts his hand out, pushes him back, and Trump walks in front of him, walking in authority, not acting very presidential. See, they want us to be like Obama and bend over and let him have us, right?
Oh, phrasing there, Dave. Phrasing.
It's the prime minister of Montenegro, and he just kind of shoves him out of the way and then adjusts his jacket like he's all.
And the funny thing is like Putin hates Montenegro for them trying to join NATO. And there's a lot of people that didn't pick up on that recently. And I'm like, there's a lot of history there. So there's kind of a reason why he would kind of be a dick to Montenegro. So they're one of the newest members of NATO, I believe. So it's like they didn't want them to initially join NATO because that means that Putin wouldn't be able to go, I want you, Montenegro.
That's what they want us to do.
I don't think Trump really cared who it was. He just wanted to be front and center.
Front and center. I'm on camera. I'm the star.
I'm the president of the United States. I'm better than all these other people.
I'm the reality guy on television. I get to be on camera. You don't.
I get the highest ratings.
Oh, my God.
Watch Trump walk in authority here, and the news goes nuts. Go ahead, Jared. Here he comes. Yeah. Here he comes.
Just shoves the asshole out of the place.
Shoves him out of the way. So I'm here, man. I'm large and in charge. And look at him. Huh? They're all little puppies. Ain't nobody barking at him. It's like those skunks I got out.
These guys have the biggest hard on for being an asshole. I don't understand.
Like, look how big a dick he's being to those other guys.
Look at it. He's swinging it around.
Wandering around, man. He's walking in authority. He walked to the front and center, and they all know it too, man. He just spanked them all, remember? He just spanked them all, and now he walks to the front.
That's enough from Dave. Man, my God, he's got the biggest raging erection for this guy. He's like, oh, I wish I could be as tough as this guy. Oh, I want to be this guy.
Look how large and in charge he is.
That's just absolutely...
I wish I was large and in charge.
I remember back when white guys ruled the world. Now we don't. It's sad. I'm so sad. I want to be back in charge. I want to call black people the N-word again.